Today on Suncoast View, you likely won't be able to smoke marijuana, even medically, in Florida. We'll talk about why.
One woman brings 7 unforgettable characters to life in an urbanite's new play, Bonita. We'll hear from her.
Plus, a local look at Mother's Day gift ideas from St. Armand's Circle. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show, and we welcome a new guest co-host today, author Sheba. Say your last name for me so I get it correctly.
Mateo.
Okay, and
Mateo,
I was going to say Mathieu because it looks French to me.
It does look French. My husband's from Puerto Rico.
Okay, very fun.
Yes.
Well, welcome.
Close enough to
Thank you. Thank you.
And Sheba was with us, I believe it was back in November, talking about her book, and I'll ask you to hold it up or put it on the set in front of us, 10 Secrets of Being a Lady. And it was very fun to hear all the reasons you wrote it and the stories behind it, and I've shared it with some friends of mine. And
Thank you.
It's really neat. So
Kids like it.
Kids do like it.
Thank you.
And we could all use the little reminders of just how to be a good and righteous person.
Well,
you
I
know
would
what's
like to
funny?
read it and get those secrets.
It might be too late for you, Linda.
It's not too late.
It's never too late. You be nice. All right, well, we're going to have a lot of fun. Sheba, we're glad we're joining us. And she has a new project she's going to tell us about coming up that I know I need in my household. Yay. But first, we have all decided that there are no such thing as calories today. And it's an important
really?
thing. Yeah, nope.
I like that.
You didn't tell my body that.
No, tell your body right now because you're not going to want to worry about this. We have heaven in the kitchen. Chef Judy is back with the best fresh berry dishes.
Ooh,
Oh.
You know, I know I probably say this every time I'm on, but I think this is my favorite segment. First
It's
of all,
mine.
I'm a pie freak, and Steph, I know you make a great pie. We talk about pies. We're coming into the Florida blueberry season. We're saying goodbye to the Florida strawberries, so I thought we need to get this in and talk about it. But we have some of the best desserts in town, and you're going to see from strawberry cakes and blueberry scones to, of course, luscious pies. I mean, it's going to go on and on and on. And don't worry, I brought in my special, if you eat carbs, you take this pill, vitamin from Age Vitals. So you're right, calories don't count.
Sure.
It's okay
pass
today.
it all around.
Here's the way you look at it. These are fruits. We're supposed to get 5
Yes.
servings of fruits and vegetables a day. This is a fruit.
You definitely
So
are.
we're
But
just
you're
gonna-
also supposed to be active, because if you're not active,
Well, I didn't say I wasn't going to be
then
active. I'm going to actively put that into my mouth.
Love it.
We're going to have a lot of fun today, and the sugar buzz will be worth it. All right, it is time for our first hot topic. Florida's medical marijuana users will be able to vape or eat their pot, but smoking it will likely not be an option. The Florida House and Senate are meeting to try to reach a consensus to carry out the constitutional amendment that voters approved by more than 70%. But the two chambers not having such an easy time agreeing. So one way to keep everyone happy appears to be to limit how pot can be consumed. Smoking and bongs would not be allowed. Patients claim this takes away a valuable method of consumption. Instead, they're looking at edibles and vaping. What do you think?
Are there any other medicines that you smoke?
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't think so.
That's a valid
I don't
question.
think so.
You had us for a moment there.
Unless you know something I don't.
but my understanding is, because I've done a couple stories with a couple people where they're saying how this impacts them and how they can actually get the benefits of
The
marijuana.
impacts of it,
But
yeah.
and what they're saying is, when you get it from oils and certain things, there are things that they do to modify it, and then you may not get the full benefits. So, for instance, Charlotte's Web, it is not strong enough to actually make the pain or whatever the benefits are come out.
But that can
And-
be controlled. Make it the same strength.
Well, that's easier said than done, because then you're going to have to get the manufacturers of that product to change their sources. Then you're going to have to get the government involved. Then you're going to have to get all these different
Right.
red tapes involved. So now you still have that person that is suffering from seizures or whatever pain, and they can't use Charlotte's Web because it's not strong enough to give them the benefit they need. And if they were to smoke it, then they get the benefit. Now you have taken out the red tape, and now you're not having to worry about all these other things.
The regulation is very
right.
interesting to me. So I've read a comparison to this, and the comparison was pretend we're talking about cable companies. And Linda, I know this fires you up because you
Oh,
don't like
yes.
your cable situation. Think about how over-regulated cable is. So you have 3 choices. You hate them all, but that's all your options are.
Right.
And oh, by the way, you're going to do it anyway because we all want cable. And that's kind of the way they're afraid this industry is going. There'll be limited choices. They may not be run well. They may not do what the people who need it to do will do,
Right.
but sorry, that's the way it's going to go.
Yeah, but the people that are
Yes,
making this decision are the people that do regulate it. So this decision is being made by lawmakers who can change that.
It hadn't
So
helped cable.
But that's the thing.
Well, cable won't hurt you.
See, but that's the thing. The people that are making decisions are lawmakers, not the doctors, not the people that are the patients,
People
not the
that-
people that are
yes.
impacted. And a lot of times, these lawmakers, and I'm not saying all of them, but they are not versed in an issue, and they listen to lobbyists, and then they
yes.
make a decision.
Yes.
And then you don't have the person or the, like for instance, 70% of Floridians who voted for something getting what they want.
That's my complaint. Passed by 70%. Why is it tied up in the legislature?
Right.
Listen, we
Because
elected you.
Because lobbyists, like you're saying, you know, are going to be the ones benefiting from it, or
Yeah.
or the large corporations.
Well, we have a lot of medicines out there that we can handle. A lot of medicines, if you take too much, you'll die. So surely we can handle this thing.
I would hope
This
so.
is not our
I would
first
hope
medicine.
So. I hope so.
I-
We'll
you
see. There's a
know,
lot
I-
of red tape, as Bobette said. and
Yes.
We still have to work
I
through it.
agree.
Well, the Boston Marathon is often considered the pinnacle of races in the running world. Completing it, a major accomplishment. So it makes sense that sponsor Adidas sent congratulatory emails to finishers. The email read, "Congrats, you survived the Boston Marathon." Oh, poor choice of words for which Adidas has had to apologize. Apparently someone did not realize that marathon was where 3 people died and more than 260 were injured in a 2013 bombing. Social media did not like this.
Oh, pain. I've done things like that myself, though. You know, put my foot in my mouth. Just recently on this show, this past week, a guy came in and I said, "Oh, it's so good to see you. I loved you in that play. You were so great." And he said, "Linda, you've got the wrong person, and I see you every week."
Well, but you're not. This is a communications manager's position.
Correct.
Large corporation. We have, you know, they have donors, sponsors, those kinds of things. So that's where it gets a little sticky.
Just bad
You know,
choice of
yeah.
words.
Yes. Yes.
I agree, bad choice of words, but I think we're being too sensitive. I think that is something to have survived.
Oh, I
Have
agree.
You ran a marathon and then halfway through you feel like you are going to pass out and you're like, I'm not going to be able to make one step, and somehow you find that energy, you find that strength, and you make it
But the people in 2013 were
Right.
truly glad to have survived because
Yeah.
some
Right.
moron set a bomb off.
Not disagreeing with that. Yes, that is true, but we're being too sensitive.
sensitive.
Everything that, you know,
Gee, I
someone
don't
say now, you can't,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. That's.
The next year it would have been okay. It was just a mistake, as long as it didn't go.
You
to
guys are a lot nicer than social media, I gotta tell you.
Oh yes, we are.
Sometimes.
I look at
Maybe we're
social
looking
media
forward to
every
the
day.
berries.
That's what it is. We know there's sugar on the way. So going green can make you feel better, and we just don't mean by being more environmentally conscious, literally surrounding yourself with greenery. A new Harvard study finds that trees, shrubs, and plants aren't just pretty scenery, that living around green areas can help women live longer and improve mental health. Women in homes in the greenest areas had a 12% lower death rate than women living in less green areas.
Oh, wow.
Men's health is now being studied. So, Babette, I worried about you when I read this because you kill all your plants. So your area's not going to be
Need to live
green.
around the great outdoors because those plants will survive
No,
for
they're not
themselves.
doing real well either, last I heard. Weren't you killing bushes around the pool?
Around the pool, but you know what? On the back side of my pool, I have a lot of green.
Where you
Lot of
never
green.
go, right?
Where I never
But
go.
as long as
And
you look at it.
So,
Sounds like
yeah,
my pool.
it's in a distance. But you know, side note, the other side of this is they're not talking about what comes with the greens because animals come with that.
Bugs.
Well, they're not going to walk in and kill you.
I saw a bobcat come out of my bushes.
All right,
There
that
are
one
probably
might.
only 50 of those in Florida, so it's not a
And I
great
saw the
danger.
one.
Did you take a picture?
No, I ran.
Things. Things come out of green.
Things come out of green.
Lots of things.
I need a tree in my yard.
I agree.
just need a tree.
I need nature. I agree. I understand the study, so we'll keep working on your watering system. Yoga continues to gain in popularity. There are many options for yoga right here on the Suncoast. We've got warm, we've got hot, we've got aerial, we've got restorative, but it's not just about yoga now. It's yoga with something in it.
Yeah.
All right, so we can do bold and naked yoga in Manhattan.
I don't see myself
Wow.
doing that somehow.
No, that whole downward dog position naked. That is not okay. In going with what we were talking about earlier, this shouldn't surprise you. In California, they call it ganja yoga.
Ganja.
Yeah,
What
you
does
can-
that mean?
Are they smoking marijuana while they're doing yoga?
Correct. Correct. They are. Yes.
That's a bad
I
idea.
love that you didn't know that. That's nice.
Linda reminds us that they're still good and well in the world.
What does ganja mean?
It's marijuana.
It's pot.
Oh, it means pot.
Yeah, it's another word
Why don't
for
they
pot.
just say that? Pot marijuana.
Well, they're trying to make it more confusing.
Because they're sick and they're using the marijuana because they're sick.
well, in California, you don't have to be sick.
I don't think if it's ganja yoga, they're sick.
Ganja.
There's snoga.
full-
There's snoga.
Snoga,
Yeah,
okay.
up north they do snoga.
What is that?
Yoga in the snow.
That doesn't sound like any more fun than
No, you'd have to
ganja,
wear a lot of
whatever.
clothes.
Right, right.
And the whole point of yoga is to be streamlined.
Yes.
So
So
I'm
you
going
need
to tell you a funny story. She's going to kill me, but one of our reporters, Kate, she decided she was going to go to yoga, didn't realize she was going to hot yoga. So she
I
gets
love
in
hot
there
yoga.
and she's like, why is it so hot?
Right, why am I
here?"
dying?
Midway through, she's like, I'm dying, and everyone is loving this. And she did not know that it was a
hot
hot
yoga.
yoga class.
Shiba, you like hot yoga?
I love it. I love it to the point where I'm always about to pass out, and I think, this is great.
Really?
Okay,
I don't
do.
understand
I don't know.
that.
It's
don't
it's the
either.
heat. You just feel like you're cleansing, you're stretching. It's just, I love hot yoga.
You're sweating.
But I started off, the reason I like hot yoga is I started with Bikram. And Bikram is an hour and a half, and hot yoga is an hour.
We
So,
may
you
not
know,
invite her back anymore.
Yeah.
She's making me feel bad about myself.
Although hot yoga an hour sounds better than an hour
It
and a half.
does.
I'd be willing to
you're
suffer
moving
a
the
little.
right
Last
direction.
30 minutes. Yes, I'm moving in the right direction. That's why I like hot yoga.
There's another one called tantrum yoga. Now, this one I understand,
Yes.
where you literally are allowed to beat the mat. And part of the exercising is, releasing your anger. When you're so angry you want to hit
Wow.
something. I like kickboxing for this reason.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Because
thought
want to
yoga, you're supposed to
exercise and punch.
relax.
Well, but part of relaxing is
Yes.
getting it out. So there's a release part of tantrum yoga.
I'm confused about all
breathe.
of these.
Yes. Well,
Breathe deep.
Why would you want to be that hot?
and that was sort of the point of the article was, why do we need this many forms?
Right,
this
right,
has
right,
gotten
right.
way too trendy.
Right.
All right, so parents, now is the time to sign those kids up for summer camp, but wouldn't it be nice to sign yourself up too? Just go away for a few days, leave the house, the job, the stress. It's called Camp No Counselors. It's a sprawling network of campgrounds that take summer camp to the next level. This is for adults. Slip and slides, late night dance parties, dodgeball. There is a fair amount of day drinking. Now, here's the thing. You aren't forced to take a hike in the woods. You are an adult. You can do what you want, but you will stay in cabins in bunk beds.
No, thank you.
I am there.
I'm there.
Oh,
so there.
give me the Ritz. The heck with the bunk
I'm
bed.
there.
Isn't this just a vacation with a bunch of adults?
Yeah, but
That you
think
don't
about it.
know.
You don't
How
usually
much
get to
fun-
play
no.
dodgeball and do those
Absolutely.
kid-like things.
Come over to my house. We'll play dodgeball. We don't have to go to camp.
And I was talking to a girlfriend of mine about the Easter egg hunts. And I said, soon our daughters are going to be tired of this. So their next phase is to plan the adult Easter egg hunts for us.
So you can
so
find
we
it
get to run
valuable
around
in
and
there.
look for the eggs and that,
There
I
are
like
a lot
that.
of kids' activities that are very fun when done as adults.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
So
yes,
that's
yes.
true.
Sometimes
Like
I don't feel like
glamping.
we get to.
We went,
Because we're adults, we feel like we can't have the same level of fun, or it's bad to run around or laugh,
Yes.
and because you think it's almost childish. But sometimes it's good to just
They're like
get
those
that
bounce houses. We've done obstacle courses and stuff like that when they're here. We love that.
I think at your age, you have to protect your dignity. I lost my
We do?
dignity long ago, so I don't have anything left to protect.
My mother never taught me that
I
lesson.
can make a fool of myself.
protect your dignity. I like that.
I told you that's good that there's still Linda
Yeah,
to
yeah,
teach
yeah,
us
yeah.
these
Hot
things.
yoga may
do
not
like
do
that.
that.
No, it will not protect anything, actually. Nothing.
Neither will
Everything
naked
is
yoga.
all out.
All right, well, the Suncoast makes the national news for many things, like our beach rankings. Well, this time it's a more unusual reason. Courtside noise at the typically quiet Sarasota Open tennis tournament. Listen to what the commentators had to say.
I don't know how to put this, folks, but somebody's phone going off in the stands, and it was an adult video. I still hear it. It's still going. What is going on?
Can't be that good.
So the player yelled, "It can't be that good," thinking it was a video playing on someone's phone. Oh, no, it wasn't. And apparently it was that good, because those were sex noises coming from a neighboring residence disrupting the match.
How loud do you have to be heard several doors away?
Seriously.
Where
You're
was this
kidding.
match
This was at the
happening?
Sarasota Open. I believe they play, it's called the United Courts, if I have that correct. But this is locally happening.
What time? I'm sorry. I just
What
wanted
time
to
did
know.
they play? Who are these neighbors?
Yes, exactly. What
The
time
players
were
were
they
having a rally.
getting it on?
The neighbors were having a rally. Everybody scored. you know. But can you imagine?
I think that's against the law.
I still want to know what
to
time.
be heard
Was it
that far away.
Was it midday?
Was it
noon
matching
there?
Yeah, exactly. That's the part that becomes.
They don't even let you play music loud in Sarasota.
Brady, and I actually think
I don't
it
know
may,
what to say.
but can you imagine? I love the commentator thinking
No,
somebody's playing an adult movie because that's actually a more reasonable thought than somebody's
So he must
getting it
have
on.
been hearing the words.
I mean, but how loud were they?
And what time was it?
She even wants to know when this happened. I actually do not know what time it was, and
so
I
We need the schedule of the Open so we can try to figure it
We
out.
can figure out if it was midday, which makes it really interesting. Was it evening?
Were they
we
vacationing?
should preserve
were
their
they
privacy.
vacationing? Did
Were
they live
yeah.
there? Were they tennis
We
fans?
should interview them.
I don't know.
What if it
Well-
wasn't in their home? What if they were just in the behind the scenes?
They were
somewhere
probably
behind the
screaming
bleachers?
for
That's what I was
attention.
thinking.
Yeah.
When
That they were
behind
hiding
the
in the
bleachers?
bleachers?
That's what I was thinking when you first started saying it.
All right.
Well, they weren't my age, I can tell you that.
How do you know?
In broad daylight, no
How
way.
do you know?
How do
That's
you know?
discriminatory
That
against
is.
yourself.
That is.
You don't know who
Not
it was.
in the daytime, not in the daytime.
Okay.
The lights have to
Dignity.
be
Note
out.
to self, after 70, you only do that at night.
Dignity. Must preserve the dignity.
All right, I'm getting myself in trouble here. We're going to check out our happy hour forecast. They had a happy hour at that tennis match, by the way. And when we come back, we preview Urbanite's latest show.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your happy hour forecast. A little different today than yesterday. Yesterday, more clouds and a better chance for showers. A different story as that trough is headed out now to the west. You can see from the radar picture showing some showers popping up down to our south and mainly across east central Florida. That is moving to the west. So there's a chance we could see 1 or 2 lone showers later on this evening as that eventually works its way toward the coast. But currently, it's beautiful out there. Some low top clouds. We have 87 degrees. It is warm and dry. The humidity at 29%. We are under a high fire danger right now with that east wind at 10 and that relative humidity so low, so keep that in mind. 30-11 on the pressure that continues to rise. And temperatures across the state, the warmest readings coming right here along west central Florida. You can see that as we zoom in. Temperatures even warm along the beaches. That's a result of no real sea breeze kicking in yet. That sea breeze is really pinned right near the coast, so there's a chance we could see some late evening showers. They shouldn't be all that intense. Details in the forecast coming up at 5. See you then.
Urbanite Theater in Sarasota is a part of the contemporary Suncoast diverse live theater landscape. Urbanite's latest show is a wild one-woman experience entitled Bonita. One actress, plays 7 different characters, and that actress is Terry Wiegand. She is here with us now. Did I say your name right? I've been sitting here saying Wiegand.
Yeah, perfect.
I will be saying that the rest of the day. So tell us about Bonita.
Bonita is a really beautiful one-woman show written by Elizabeth Heffron, and it centers around a 13-year-old girl named Bonita, and she's kind of at a crossroads in her life, and she recounts the first time that she's ever seen a miracle happen, and she kind of tells the story of her life through these tangents that kind of go off of the story and all of the beautiful, colorful characters that have taken her to the place that she is now.
And you play all 7
All 7 of them,
characters?
yeah.
And you change character on stage?
Yep. Don't change the
what
costume.
goes into
but
doing that?
It's a lot of vocal and physical changes, and this show is different from other one-woman shows I've done, which is you have monologues and you just kind of say them out as if you're talking to a character. These ones actually talk to each other. So there's
that
dialogue
must be
kind of
difficult.
flipping back and forth.
I do that in real life.
It's like the voices in your head. There they are.
Exactly.
Well, and you painted this lovely picture of Bonita, but I did a little reading about her. She comes from one messed up family.
She's seen things that
tell
most
us about
of us
some of those
wouldn't.
things.
There's a lot of, she's dealing with issues of abuse. She's dealing with a mother who is kind of in and out of relationships. So there are men kind of coming into and out of her life. And they're not from a particularly well-off socioeconomic background. But she deals with it with such humor. So it allows us to kind of go, oh, she's going to be okay because of her outlook on it. And she's too young to actually cast judgment on these other characters in our life. She just sees them for who they are. And all of them are deeply flawed, but also have something that you can love about them too.
So they're deeply flawed.
Yeah.
So will we find our own family members in
Oh,
there?
I am sure.
Can we
Some of them
relate
are
to this?
based on people that I definitely know in my life.
In fact, you may see some of them right here.
I think
Not
maybe.
quite at that.
But daytime.
So you've done several one-woman
Yeah,
shows
I have.
then.
I have.
What's the trick?
The
What
trick-
makes it work?
It changes every time. The thing that I love about doing a one-woman show, I also used to work for a Shakespeare company where you're doing these big shows with big casts, but there's what they call the fourth wall, which is the separation of yourself with the audience. But with one-woman shows, you get to dance with the audience. They're your scene partner. And so it's asking a lot of an audience to say, okay, you're on the ride. I'm looking in your face and talking to you.
Well, do you have to do something different to make sure they know you're into the next character?
Yeah, and that's when it gets kind of very technical. So it's physical and vocal.
What about mental, though? Because I know when you portray a character, you are literally putting yourself into their being. How do you switch beings like that?
It's
Multi-personality.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Don't we all have them?
All the time. And sometimes I have to sit backstage and go, okay, what are we doing? No, here we go. Calm down. You're jumping into this character
Right.
here.
Yes.
It's a dance, and you
As
can't
if being
get.
13's not hard enough.
Well, and I don't know if you've noticed, I'm not. So
But if you can figure
it
them
was
out.
easier to do the interview on the radio because I was like, okay, they can't see that I'm not. But when you go into the theater, it's very obvious. But Elizabeth Heffron, the playwright, she wrote in the description of Bonita, she's a scrappy, matter-of-fact girl who is meant to be played by an adult woman who can touch to the vulnerability of a 13-year-old as opposed to playing her exact age. And you can kind of see where she might head to.
Well, people like the play because it was extended.
Yes, till May 7th. You've got to be good, girls. You got that.
A lot of fun.
It's at the Urbanite Theater. You can find more ticket information if you go to their website. And next, she was going to tell us about her latest book. We love the one we read. We can't wait to see this one.
Thank you.
We asked you, Suncoast, why do you like ABC 7?
I like ABC 7 because it's local.
It gives me all the local news.
The local news, local weather.
It's so local and so community driven.
Kelly Wilgus does a great job.
John Scalzi, that's my guy.
Bob Harrigan is wonderful. Stephanie's my favorite.
I like Scott Dennis.
I like them all.
We're all very grateful that you cover what you do and you're here to participate with the community.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile. And in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
wonder.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder, high-performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
And welcome back. Our guest host today, Sheba Mateo, is a published children's author, and we love her book, The 10 Secrets to Being a Lady. And Sheba didn't stop there. She has continued to work. And Sheba, I understand you have a new book coming out, so tell us about it.
I do. I'm working on 10 Secrets of Being a Gentleman.
Oh.
Yes.
You don't have as much background in that.
You know, it's really funny. Okay, so growing up, I was always a daddy's girl. So I've always been connected to my dad. I had a very close relationship with my brother, and I always felt that they were the pinnacle or you know, the kind of focus point for me in terms of choosing relationships and you know, what to do moving forward. Then you get out in the real world.
Right? Then you're like, wait.
You're like, wait a second.
Hard to find daddy again.
It is. Like, what do you mean you don't want to play checkers tonight? Like, you know. So I felt that a lot of the same principles, to be honest with you, with 10 Secrets of Being a Lady are very applicable to 10 Secrets of Being a Gentleman. So they're identical. Like when it comes to the first secret, radiating confidence, it is still important for our boys to radiate confidence.
Oh, absolutely.
When it comes to speaking deliberately, it is still important for our boys to speak deliberately. And I've been approached by many in the community to say, okay, Shiva, you know, let me see what's going on because I work with different populations. And so far, so good. Great feedback. They love the opinions, you know, that I kind of share in there, and
Let's back up
empirical
a little bit,
based.
because you're talking about things that, you know, would make common sense that, you know, you think a lot of children should have. But what made you get to the point of saying, you know what, kids are missing this, and we need to get that message back out there?
Thank you for that question, Babette. I have to tell you, I think just being involved with other parents, it always stems from the parents, in all honesty, right? And being in such a large, diverse community from New York to Northern Virginia to Florida and understanding our lives, it's very difficult for us to sit down and have these conversations unless someone is reminding us. And that's the last thing on your mind. Get up, go to school, do your homework, come back. I mean, how are you
You forget to say be a good person.
You forget
sometimes.
to say be kind.
Yeah, no,
And
I agree.
how to get along in society.
Oh,
These are the kind of things that get you better jobs, get you promoted,
the soft
make you
skills.
succeed.
That's right.
And I think it's really great that you're doing it for boys, because I have 2 sons and 2 daughters. Stepdaughter and stepsons are a part of that. But we talk about the girls all the time. We don't talk about the boys. And it's really hard to be a man these days.
It is hard to be a man.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. And these are not the typical conversations that we would have. So although I'm connected to 10 Secrets of Being a Lady, I think that 10 Secrets of Being a Gentleman is for me, the more I talk about it, even more powerful, because these are conversations that are forgotten. Totally, with boys.
And I think it's good that as women we can be comfortable having that conversation, because I'm raising boys too, and sometimes it's intimidating for a boy to ask his father or have those conversations with his father, because there seems to be the constant, you know, approval need from the father, but there's more of a, hey, I'm your mom, I'm gonna love you anyway. He knows that, I know that, so maybe I can sneak in a little, so by the way, son, please be this person,
but it is
please
stronger.
try this.
And a book would help, because you don't have to make it like you're not doing these things right. But here's something you might
We're
like
not
to
lecturing.
know. Yes, we're not giving them advice, but we're letting somebody else do that. And they'll take it from other people quite often better than their mom.
Exactly.
Absolutely, absolutely. And with the second book, I do think it's important, just as the first, for the mothers to connect with their daughters. I do think it's important for the fathers to be able to have this conversation with their sons. And again, simple, like you're saying, perfect. It's a conversation. It's not, you're not lecturing. You're not saying do this, do that. This simply provides, or the second book as well, provides a topic to discuss and meander.
It opens up the discussion, opens up the idea that maybe there are other ways to be a better person. So I like that. And when can we look forward to seeing the second book?
I think it's going to be fall.
All right.
Yes.
How exciting.
Yes.
In time for Christmas. That'll be good.
Yes.
All right. So you guys want to look forward to Shiva's latest book coming out in the fall. And her current book, 10 Secrets to Being a Lady, is available on her website and also at Molly's Boutique. Now, coming up next, Mother's Day gift ideas on St. Armand's Circle. We'll be right back.
Invest in Kids is a $7.5 million project to build a new Boys and Girls Club in South Manatee County. I'm Caleb Grimes, and I was a club kid. It's where I learned important life lessons, leadership, integrity, responsibility, and baseball. Thousands of kids attend the Boys and Girls Clubs, and after years of use, their club is slowly falling apart. Help us invest in kids. Make your donation today.
Thank you!
Every week on Animal Outtakes, it's a new adventure. From meeting curious lemurs to feeding big cats and hosing down rhinos, there's never a dull moment.
And sometimes these amazing animals chime in. Tune in to Animal Outtakes to find out what they have to say.
Watch Animal Outtakes every week on ABC7.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is rated the #1 car brand in safety, and all Subaru models with eyesight are a 2017 IIHS Top Safety Pick. And you can lease the most award-winning small SUV, a new Subaru Forester, for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. Chef Judy in our kitchen today with the best berry desserts on the Suncoast. And Judy, berries frustrate me, not eating them at all. But you buy them and they're mushy within 24 hours. We need some secrets to keeping the berries fresh.
You need to take them out of those plastic containers immediately, or if they're in the little wicker basket, take them out, rinse them well, then lay them on a paper towel and pat them very gently, and then put them in a refrigerator in a bowl or just laid out on the paper towel, and it really will last much more. Sometimes they tend to get moldy. You notice raspberries within a day or two. Kind of separate that a little bit with a paper towel and you'll get probably double the length of it. But for me, the minute I buy it, I got to make a dessert and eat it, so I don't have to worry about it.
And we're just going to go out for these desserts with you. All right, we'll join you in a few minutes. Linda?
Thank you.
Mothers give selflessly while raising their children, and Mother's Day is the time to show just how much you appreciate your mom. Barbara Puyancy, the owner of Just Because on St. Armand Circle, is here with us today with some creative gift ideas for mom. Not just the regular flowers and gift card, but something exciting that they'll love to open.
Absolutely, and Mother's Day is less than a month away. So
wow, we got to get started.
And it's soon, so we got to get going.
Well, you brought some really beautiful things with you today.
Some very cool things. We're going to start down here with Mercantile Home and Apparel, and they do these fabulous beeswax candles. They're just beautiful. That one is a mom elephant with her little baby, which is so sweet. But the best part is not only is it made locally here in Sarasota, but the wax comes from a local beekeeper.
Oh, really?
So it's totally made here, supporting our local economy, which is really great. And some of them are infused with lavender. And then they also have, which I love, is the clothing from Italy, this beautiful dress. I'm wearing the longer version of it. And it's great for the mom on the go, and it covers things that should be covered.
Yes.
Those little ruffles do a lot of good on the body. And it's all made out of silk, so it doesn't really wrinkle. It's just as comfortable as can be, and it breathes too, which I love. It's gorgeous. And they have great jewelry, so I have one of their long necklaces on from Provence, and you can stack and layer, which is really very pretty, I think.
that is
nice.
nice.
And it's a great Mother's Day gift.
Great color.
Great color.
This is very beautiful.
These are so sweet. They're called I Love You Mom vases. They're all hand blown. They have a little heart on top, but when that child brings you the dandelion or the weed in the yard, it actually becomes a flower. So that was the theory behind that, when someone picks that little thing for
Yes,
you, which is
yes.
so sweet. They're really, I think, just darling. And then these are all soaps. They're great for the waistline, so no one's going to gain any weight.
Oh, somebody in my house would take a bath.
The cup soap, they're soap, they're bath bombs, soap on the stick. I think they're darling.
Oh.
And they're also, they come out and you can use it like as a loofah kind of to scrub and exfoliate, which I think is so fun. And then the best, I think, are these truffles.
Those
I mean,
are soaps too?
these are soaps. I mean, they're just as sweet.
They're soaps.
They're soaps, yes, right, because
Somebody will
you
eat
want to
these at
eat
my
them.
house.
And the tops of them are sugar, so you can exfoliate too, but they're darling.
I'm happy you
Yeah.
said something, because this looks like candy, and
It looks
I
like
promise
candy.
you we would have bit into
Oh,
this.
somebody will, leave this sitting here. Somebody will eat it before the
As they
day's
say,
over.
It's great for mom's waistline because she's not going to gain any
That's
weight
true.
with these. So, and they're all under $30. I mean, these are under $10. So
These
great.
lollipops are
The lollipops.
soaps, too?
Yep, they're soaps on a stick.
You know what I like about that too is that you could have the kids go pick it themselves and not have it be a $200
Right.
gift and have Dad hold his head. You know, let's get
It's
Mom a treat. You
affordable.
pick which one.
Right, and it's fun and it's endearing. I mean, I think they're really wonderful are
Oh,
gifts.
yes,
Yeah.
they're so unusual. And next,
And then sometimes mom needs pampering. So Les Suzaux has some wonderful spa packages for moms. One is an indulge package. It's a facial, mani. We have a blowout with it, makeup, and then they also have another one that's the Pamper Mom package, which is massage, body scrub, facial, and everything starts with a glass of champagne.
Oh,
As well as it should.
As it
like
should.
all that.
So,
Every morning
yeah.
if my children are listening.
Plus, I do like mani-pedi specials with moms and their daughters, so you can really kind of have a nice time out together, which I think is sweet.
Now, you can also get a bargain as you're heading
Yes.
toward Mother's Day. Ladies' Night is coming up this week?
It is. It's tomorrow. We have over 30 stores. You get a 15% off discount. There's raffle prizes, refreshments, so a lot of fun. So it's a good time to shop as well.
A good time to come out
Yep.
and get something for Mom.
For Mom. Yep.
Enjoy all of the festivities and
Yep.
get a good deal.
Yes.
And
Well,
since there's deals, you probably can get something for yourself.
Exactly. I'm a firm believer in shopping for yourself as well.
Yes. One for Mom, one for
you.
me.
Right,
Yeah, that sounds
exactly.
great. Okay, don't miss Ladies' Night. It is tomorrow night on St. Armand's Circle. And of course, everybody's got great things out there. It'll be a great time to pick up something for Mom. And Ladies' Night is 5 to 9
5
on
to 9.
Thursdays. Very good. Next, we're going to hear about the power of poetry.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Haley Wilkes. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. No more changes crossing county lines. Florida lawmakers passed a bill establishing new statewide rules for Uber and for Lyft. Plus, construction crunch time at Nathan Benderson Park, how the preparations are going for the upcoming World Rowing Championships. Now, let's head over to Bob.
Well, a hotter one today, not as many clouds around, and temperatures topping out into the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. Right now it's 87 at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport. Temperatures are very warm and the humidity extremely low right now, 29%. So high fire danger and risk. Currently east winds at 10 and the pressure 30-11, and that is high and continues to rise. Now there are a few showers down to our south, not nearly as many showers as we saw yesterday as that system is kind of eased out of here. We are looking at some dry conditions for the upcoming days, but rain is in the future. Details at 5. See you then.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
It's the season of savings right now during the spring clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Over 100 standard and available safety features make the new Chrysler Pacifica a safe investment for any family. And right now, you can own one for just $24,999. Or get one of America's longest lasting pickups and save up to $11,000 on a new Ram Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
So many times we underestimate the human spirit's drive to recover. We often see people surpass what any of us might have expected initially. The Rehabilitation Pavilion at Sarasota Memorial is the top of the line. It allows us to really bring the patient's recovery to the next level.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
And welcome back. To many people, poetry is something that is read on a page and then thought about. But poetry can have a whole new meaning when it's heard aloud. Spoken word is an art based on words and performed for an audience. And how the words are said can make a big difference in its meaning. To help us understand more is Cedric Hamid. All right, welcome, Cedric. How do you explain spoken word to people that haven't actually experienced it?
Really quite simply. Spoken word to me is just the expression about anything. And really just the courage to be able to appreciate and use your own voice as you see fit.
That makes sense. Well, how did you get into this in Sarasota?
That's a great question, because it's not as graceful as people might anticipate. I'll take a long story and I'll make it short. So I was staying with my brother in the Bronx right out of college. He was working with a group of young adults and adults, and he was like, "You need to do poetry with them." I said, "No." And then he said, "If you don't, you're going to pay this much in rent." And I said, "Where's the group at?" So that's as glamorous as it gets.
Now, why did he hit you up for poetry? Did you grow up avidly consuming it?
See, that's the better question, because he didn't even know I did it. The only one who knew was my wife, who I used to write poetry to all the time.
Aww.
And yeah, definitely. And when I first had to perform, that wasn't glamorous either. Because I threw up twice, forgot the poem that I was going to write at the house, and my wife is like, "It's in you, just need to go and do this thing." So it's like a fight or flight moment of, you know, either retreat or try to dare myself to do something I've not done before.
And you dared yourself.
Very nice.
Look
Yes.
at that. So
Very
tell me about how you've worked with Visible Men Academy, because I'm assuming you are helping them find that same strength.
Yeah, which is tremendous, because I get a chance to flow and through everything I do in life. So I started out in the Bronx as working out with young adults, doing workshops. And then as I ran into Neil and Shannon, who are both the co-founders of the school, they heard about what I was doing locally with the high schools, doing poetry slams, and using expression as a medium to find themselves. And they described a school where the parents and the students were the forefront of the change that we need in our communities. And it was right up the alley of how I grew up. You know, so it's just tremendous.
I love the idea, and I would love to hear an example. Can you give us some of your spoken word?
Yeah, ladies, I'm gonna put you on the spot too.
Oh,
okay. So
again.
We're gonna reenact that time I threw up twice without the vomit. So what we're gonna do is you ladies are gonna give me a word, 4 words, and I'm gonna create a poem off of what you guys give me. How about that?
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
All right, I'll go wet.
Love.
Hate.
Peace.
Okay, you said
we
wet.
were
That's kind
throwing
of
up.
weird. She said wet.
Said I'm gonna
Love, hate, and peace. I got it. I'm
recreate
gonna use,
the time I threw up.
We're gonna use
Throw
that
up is
though.
wet.
We're gonna use that though. I
Yeah.
got you. So, wet.
Did I miss the instructions?
No, there was no instructions. You did it right. Sure, you're fine.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You thought he was saying we're going to recreate. He's going to write a poem about that moment.
Thank you.
Got it.
He just said, give us some words.
That is all fine.
I'm very literal. I'm
No,
very black
they
and
will
white.
teach you
my
about
daughter,
that later.
she's logical
That's
too.
okay.
Yeah,
It's okay.
I'll let them do a hard
I'm
time.
usually missing it anyway.
But wet, love, hate, and peace, right?
Okay.
Okay. So as we think about what it takes to be a dreamer and the hard obstacles that arise every time that you get up and you feel like you could do something and you can achieve your life's dream, there's always a gray cloud that always rains down and you always seem wet with regret. But if it wasn't for the love that you had to push you past the hate, to bring you some sort of inner peace, then you might actually succumb to these emotions that are telling you that you can't, that you won't, and that you shouldn't. But once that cloud leaves, the other side is always a silver lining, and the sun shines brightest when you least expect it.
Oh, he gave me chills.
I've got tears in my eyes.
That's amazing.
That's like the greatest improv art I have ever witnessed, because it's not just improv.
That was awesome. All right, well, thank you, and thank you for your work with Visible Men Academy.
No problem.
And you guys can get more information about the school. You can visit their website. And next, we're going to recap what the West Coast Black Theater Troupe was doing with us yesterday. We'll be back.
He got you really.
Every week on Animal Outtakes, it's a new adventure.
From meeting curious lemurs to feeding big cats and hosing down rhinos, there's never a dull moment. And sometimes these amazing animals chime in. Tune in to Animal Outtakes to find out what they have to say.
Watch Animal Outtakes every week on ABC 7.
Invest in Kids is a $7.5 million project to build a new Boys and Girls Club in South Manatee County. I'm Caleb Grimes, and I was a club kid. It's where I learned important life lessons, leadership, integrity, responsibility, and baseball. Thousands of kids attend the Boys and Girls Clubs, and after years of use, their club is slowly falling apart. Help us invest in kids. Make your donation today.
Thank you. For years, I've told everyone my Craftmatic adjustable bed was the greatest until I got the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has an adjustable pillow feature that's awesome. You're gonna want one too when you see how little they cost.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less. Featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest, bedside power plugs, underbed night lights, and more. Available in all mattress types with optional heat and soothing massage for as much as half the price of Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. Adjust the rising pillow feature to help align your head, neck, and shoulders. See for yourself with our 30-day in-home trial. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-237-0214. That's 1-800-237-0214. Call 1-800-237-0214. Call now.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wannabe Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Welcome back. We have had so much fun with West Coast Black Theater Troupe this week. Nate was co-hosting with us yesterday, and he brought us a preview of a show he created called Broadway in Black. Wait till you hear this energy.
Every music playing and records swaying, dancing in the streets. Oh, it doesn't matter what you wear, just as long as you are there. So come on, every guy, grab a girl. Everywhere around the world, they'll be dancing.
Big voices as part of Broadway in Black. A look at some of the influential and great Black Broadway stars and the songs they performed. So that is coming up in June, but you know how tickets go for West Coast Black Theater. Mark your calendars now. It is not going to be around for long. That's June 21st to July 23rd, where you can enjoy Broadway in Black. But we also talked Millennial Fresh this week. Oh, Sheba, you would have laughed till you cried listening to mostly Linda, but all of us learned the millennial catchphrases. Which? Millennial Fresh is a comedy troupe based on kind of the things that are funny to the younger generation. I came home knowing stuff I didn't know. I asked my kids if they had any guap.
Guap?
Guap.
What's guap?
Money. But here's what's
George
cool.
Washington on paper. That's what it stands for.
We loved it. Yeah,
Wow.
it was lit. It was lit.
That does not mean drunk. That means great.
Yeah.
Great. Goat. That means great.
We're goat.
Yeah,
we're
goat.
goat.
Yeah, goat is
We're
really
the greatest of all time.
Goodness.
And
You got stuff to learn from us.
This is sick.
There you go. I think that was 2 decades ago,
I
but
know.
that's okay.
I know.
All right, we're headed to the kitchen. It is time for some sweet berry goodness with Chef Judy.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
From our studios on Florida Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what we're working on now for the top of the hour. Hunting and killing black bears in Florida. Groups across the state protested the hunt in 2015, and now wildlife officials are giving their opinion on whether they think it's needed again this year. In Suncoast Traffic Watch, no crashes in the area, but US 41 and 301 backed up in downtown Sarasota area right near Fruitville Road. Now over to Bob for another look at the weather.
Scott, good afternoon. We're looking at very warm temperatures here along the Suncoast, upper 80s to near 90 degrees, a bit cooler along the East Coast due to a strong easterly wind. It's 88 in Bradenton, the same now at Lakewood Ranch. Temperatures a little bit cooler where the sea breeze is pinned right near the coast. Manasota Beach at 80, 81 in Venice now, and 84 in Arcadia. Currently at the airport, the humidity is extremely low at 29%. We'll have the details in the forecast at 5.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
This is a special health alert for seniors suffering with joint pain. If you have Medicare insurance, you may qualify for high-quality support braces at little or no cost.
I'm thrilled with my knee braces.
Now, there is a simple and proven solution for seniors to get out of pain with state-of-the-art support braces.
I barely feel any pain at all.
Braces for your knees and back, as well as your shoulders and ankles, too.
I'm so happy with the quality of these braces.
Call now, and you could qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost.
I can play ball again, and it doesn't hurt.
And because of my Medicare coverage, it costs me next to nothing.
So call now.
And because I have this red, white, and blue Medicare card, my braces have cost me just about nothing.
It's true. You may get a knee, back, shoulder, and ankle brace at little or no cost.
They qualified me for 2 knee braces and a back brace.
If you have knee or back pain, give them a call. They can help.
1-800-476-8967. 1-800-476-8967.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by 1 on any or all numbers and still win.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Minnesota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Minnesota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Minnesota Flooring today.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Coming up Thursday at 4 on Suncoast View, from dinghies to decadent yachts. It's all at Sarasota Bay this week as we step aboard an $8 million yacht to preview the Suncoast Boat Show this weekend. Sarasota Magazine stops by. They're about to unveil their best ofs for this year. We'll find out who's in the running. Plus, Oslo Rep's wrestling show comes to us, and Geyer's Sausage is in the kitchen.
And welcome back. Right now we're in the kitchen with Chef Judy, and she outdone herself with all the berries you could find.
I know. Doesn't it look pretty?
Oh my
goodness.
It smells wonderful.
It
so
really
close
does.
to my nose.
You had mentioned earlier, boy, the berries are really, the aroma is really strong, and they are because they're right at their peak. So let's start over here to the Glenn Family Bakery. I mean, she started out making these beautiful cheesecakes, and look at the size of the strawberries. I mean, right? She's known for her strawberry cheesecake. I've had them at dinner parties. They're fantastic. Blueberry scones and blackberry scones are two of my favorite. Now look at the blackberry lime scones. And she said it really makes a difference when you give a squeeze of lime on that. And I like that tartness in with the sweet of the berry. So big, beautiful scones. She's at the farmer's market that's over by the Polytech Institute on Saturday mornings. And she supplies a lot of different restaurants as well. And look at this mixed berry pie. Is that not? It's a work of art. And I'm going to feel guilty when I stick my fork in it, but nonetheless, I will stick my fork in it.
And when are we doing that?
5 minutes, sweetie, and counting. Now, Pielicious, I've talked about her before. I've had her on the show. From Northport. She's a cottage industry. She's a teacher by day, and she makes these unbelievable pies, and she won Best Bakery of the Year in Northport. And what you can often do is say, like you live in Venice, you can meet her part way, and she'll drive up and meet you. But she has a strawberry rhubarb pie, traditional blueberry, mixed berry, and cherry. But what I love is she always has a name for her different pies. Like, I cannot tell a lie, it's a cherry pie. And I
have one for you. Right? Judy better not lie. There's a piece missing out of that pie.
I have no idea what happened. I think it came in that way, but I hope there's not blueberry on my teeth. I have no idea.
That is funny.
I love that, Bo Beth, you asked me, what is that?
Yes,
that is rhubarb. And really? Stephanie, coming from the Midwest, knows we're coming into the rhubarb season. Blueberries now, then rhubarbs. Rhubarb is that bitter taste, but it marries so well with strawberries. It gives it that balance.
Sweetness, and I'll tell you, you can't grow it here. I've tried, and it's expensive to buy because they have to import it. But
exactly, but we're going over to Yoder's, and of course everybody knows. I mean, if you're going to have pie, you have to have Yoder's, right?
That's right.
Exactly, and you know, they have fresh berries right at their produce shop, and of course their infamous strawberry whipped cream pie that everybody loves. Blueberry pie, blueberry crumb pie, strawberry rhubarb pie, red raspberry pie. And let the record show that Dave Tureen, the cameraman, has owed me a blueberry pie from Yoder's for 2 years on a bet, and he cannot count this pie.
We'll take this to him and he can give it to you.
We're going to go I'm just saying, go for it. Now start eating for sure. Bonefish Grill, one of the only restaurants that serves a true traditional strawberry shortcake for dessert. And we're talking the Southern with the biscuit and the cream and an abundance of fresh strawberries. And I love that. And I implore restaurants that we live in Florida. We should have strawberry shortcake on our menu. So great dessert from Bonefish Grill.
And I may or may not have already been sampling off the backside of this one. I'll tell you why I love this.
Have.
I have.
You definitely have.
In the back.
I'm missing a whole segment.
This is not overly sweet.
That's
so when
what
you're
I love
looking for
about
that
it.
dessert that isn't like sugar over the top, they've done a great job letting those berries be the highlight.
And you can share that. I mean, that honestly is enough for 3 or 4 people at the table. So you get that sweet bite. I love this dessert. And then, of course, there's Sift Bakehouse, and I love her. And she just keeps expanding into more things. Soon we'll have her on for her new donut shop. But she is known for this Lucy Me cake. It was her grandma's recipe. It's a buttermilk vanilla cake with fresh raspberries and a cream cheese frosting.
That's nice.
Peach blueberry cream cheese coffee cakes. I mean, does that just not sound like I just want to put my jammies on right now and have a big mug of coffee and have that. It's so delicious. And of course, she has a blueberry lemonade scone.
Oh, that's
and you really need to try it with that glaze, and you really get that lemon in it. To me, blueberries and lemon are the perfect marriage. I love having them together. So great varieties of wonderful, wonderful berry desserts. You tried it. Isn't that lovely?
With the blackberries.
Isn't that lovely? So I'm really excited because it really gave us a large variety. And like I said, Florida strawberry season is basically just about over this week. We go into blueberry season, and then we'll be getting raspberries and blueberries soon from Maine.
Okay, we'll be watching for those. I know the Mayaca blueberries are in the markets right now.
I'm so excited, and they are coming in very sweet.
Yes.
So definitely pick up the local blueberries.
All right. We are in our berry heaven. Remember, this is one of the food groups, girls. It is perfectly okay to indulge. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day. Sheila, thank you so much for joining us.
Having me.
A lot of fun. And you came on a perfect day because now we get to celebrate. All right, enjoy the rest of your day. Take some time and enjoy the Suncoast view.
Thank you.